This is Soul Slinger Envoy of Death, a gritty, supernatural first-person shooter, and it's already packing a ton of style, chaos, and potential. But it also tosses in some of the worst designed boss fights I've seen in a roguelike this year. I'll talk about what's good, what's bad, and what needs some work. And thanks to the dev for a free review copy. First off, the revolvers and double-barreled shotgun feel fantastic, and movement is fast with a slick dash that's essential for survival. Throughout each run, you're stacking abilities, bullet modifiers, spell hand abilities, passives, and an ultimate. You control fire, lightning, poison, shadow, blood, spectral. It's an impressive mix of elements, but there's a lot to play with, and most of it feels fun and powerful, except for one thing: ultimate spells. Most require like 60 kills to activate and barely do more than your regular abilities, or if they do more, you can hardly feel it. And honestly, ultimate spells are kind of like background noise, but the other abilities are really impressive and really fun to use, and I'll touch more on that in just a minute. So how is the roguelike loot? It's pretty solid. You collect resources on each run to craft weapons, unlock tomes to boost your elemental damage, open special gates, or power up your skill tree and power totem. The skill tree and totem are where the real progression happens, because damage buffs stack in satisfying ways, and you eventually genuinely feel stronger with continuous runs. Weapons crafted outside of runs feel kind of pointless though, since you're constantly picking up better weapons probably right out the gate or during a run. It's just unfortunate that the weapons can't be upgraded to start out with. I'm conflicted on that. What keeps me going back for more runs is experimentation, because there is a lot of fun abilities to experiment with. You can charge lightning bullets with shadow clones to melt enemies like butter. You can use quicksand rounds with spectral race to easily clear a room. The poison bullets are by far one of the best for just clearing waves of enemies that just won't stop. Each elemental combo genuinely changes how you approach the combat, and finding synergies between them makes the runs feel fresh. Now, let's get to the pain point: bosses. Early fights, like the Twin Guardians or the Countess, are kind of what you expect from a good roguelike boss fight. They're tight, challenging, and pretty fair, and they have some abilities that you have to kind of dodge and weave against. But then you get to something like the Cartel King, or the Sheriff Sharpshooter boss, and the final boss, God help me, and suddenly it's wave after wave of mobs, no downtime, no breathing room, and barely any time fighting the actual boss, at least when you first approach them. Like, eventually you will be strong enough to where you do just start killing all the enemies and kill the boss fast enough. The fights are exhausting and not fun, and honestly a huge letdown, because most roguelikes, the boss fights are the best part. And don't get me started on the final boss of the game. He's 200 feet in the air while spawning purple rings that emanate from the ground, so you have to look up and down at the same time. And then, because the battlefield is not flat, there are certain rings that you can't dodge under and you can't jump over, so you get hit no matter what you do, unless you have the special double jump ability that you have to get in the beginning of the run, or you're screwed. Now, despite the boss problems, replayability and actual gameplay is strong. New enemy types expand the bestiary, which gives you rewards just for encountering them, different environments, evolving story events, and that satisfying power curve from progression systems gives it long-term legs. And honestly, it could go even deeper. I see a lot of lore and potential here for more weapons, abilities, and variety in future updates. And I am sad that we only have a 6-shooter and a double-barreled shotgun. I was expecting a lot more weapons. Soulslinger nails the gritty supernatural western aesthetic. It looks great, sounds great, and the graphics are surprisingly strong. You're not just shooting your way through limbo, you actually do care about what's going on. The writing is tight, and the characters are pretty cool as hell, honestly. And it's rare for a roguelike to kind of hit this level of polish in storytelling, and they pull it off. Performance is mostly good with some caveats. I'm on a strong PC and still would maintain 60 FPS, but there were moments during heavy combat or when you load into a new zone that it drops to 7 or like 8 FPS for like a second or two. That's pretty rough, especially when every second counts at low health on a game like this. If you're playing on a mid-range rig, you might want to tread carefully because the game is gorgeous, but that beauty has a price. I have played and completed the game, beat story mode, and seen everything that the game has to offer in a little over 14 hours. This is a completed game, not a skeleton build, and if you like games like Dead Link, Gunfire Reborn, or even Metal Hellsinger, minus the rhythm gimmick, this one will absolutely be your vibe. The elemental builds, strong progression, and fast gunplay make it addictive, even if the boss design needs some serious tuning. If you've already played it or you want to know more, just leave a comment below. And if you want more honest, no fluff reviews like this one, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any reviews. And I will die on this hill. I also recommend you check out Fountains, a 2D Souls-like game that is just absolutely amazing. As always, keep gaming and stay awesome.